Good evening, collective. Welcome to Fire Moon Tarot. I'm trying out different names, full disclosure. So if you like that name, and I choose a different name for the channel, life goes on. Welcome to Fire Moon Tarot. Tonight it is 1 a.m. EST. And I'm coming to you with a timeless reading. It is a pick a card. These are two oracle cards from one of my favorite, absolute favorite oracle decks. This is Abigail Abrams, the African Goddess Rising. And this is a love life reading, but it is a whatever comes out reading. So whatever messages Spirit has for you, that's what's going to come out. If anything in these cards mean anything to you, then I would say pick that pile, let the card speak to you. I will also show you the goddess message of these cards so you can decide, have more information to decide on. We have 27 and 7. If those numbers mean anything to you, I keep hearing something, but I'm not gonna focus on that until after I've pulled these cards. This could be ages, years, whatever. So the first card we have for pile 1 is Erzulie Dantor, etheric quartz. Let me show you what that card means. So you can take a moment to read this. I hope this is in frame. If it's not, big yikes for me, but I think it is. And then the goddess declaration is, I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. And then we have Marie Laveau, good juju. Love this card. I just love this oracle deck, period. But this is one of the earlier cards. And this is in our Temple of Ancestors section of the book. So here we have Marie Laveau, so gives you all the information you need. And then we have the goddess declaration, all I do is win. Okay, so let's get started with pile 1. We're gonna put this to the side right here. So pile 1, we're gonna start with some messages to see what the great architect would like to show us, what they want us to start with. Oh, we got some. Oh, half the deck fell out. We're not gonna take it all the way, all together. I think I'll just pull 3 of these. Let's see how. But it is a whatever comes out. So. Okay. Wow. That starts off real. That starts off real intense. Bottom of the deck, addiction. Under that, acceptance. Okay. So, pile 1. We're starting off very heavy. This is a past life connection. And, I mean, it depends on how much of that you believe, right? But it's definitely a situation where neither one of you is getting your needs met, and it could be because of what's on the bottom of the deck, addiction, right? But it also could be because, like the card's very plainly saying, one of you is, or both of you are unavailable, and you cannot really show up for the other person the way that you need, or the way that they need, or vice versa. Let's get more on the past life connection. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick shuffle here, and we'll clarify past life. I like to do all of this in front of the collective because I like for you guys to feel the energy and infuse your energy into the deck while I do this, so the messages can come to the people who've chosen the pile, and it's designed to reach those that really need to hear it. So for past life, we have the High Priestess and we have the 4 of Swords. So immediately the intensity is well, obviously there's attraction there, but there's also some kind of timeout. The High Priestess shows up, and this is my favorite thing to say about the High Priestess. Very much a lady in the street, a freak in the sheets. So maybe in the past life you guys were entangled sexually, and that's all it was. And now in this life, things have shifted and there is no entanglement. And if there is, right, are you in partnership with this person? Oh, oh, no. But like I said, attraction and the potential, right? The attraction's there and the potential. So, oh, that's very interesting. Very preoccupied with the balancing of the cards, which could be something else. You're preoccupied with other things rather than, the message or the connection. Let's get more on balance. Let's see what they have to say for balance. Temperance. Okay. So for balance, one person is giving too much in this relationship. It's asking you or the person that's in your connection or the person that's in your love life right now, no matter how big or small, is asking you to take a step back and look to see where you can grow and transform. Look to see what parts of you are being kept alive and what parts of you are dying. And the deaths may be really small, right? Like it could be something as simple as you used to go for walks 5 times a week and now you just go for it 3 times a week. Like for most people, that's inconsequential. Oh, I'm just a little bit more tired than usual. But it could be that your energy is being drained because of the intensity at which this person with the high priestess there, you're on their mind or they're on your mind, right? Temperance access for patience, temperance access for understanding, temperance access for balance. So it makes sense that these two cards come out together. And death asks us to take a look at ourselves. What do we need to transform? And I'm going to use one of my, I love this woman. You can't get me to hate her. She says, you got to call a thing, right? What do you need to call out about yourself in order to move forward? What do you need to face? And this may be what this connection is asking you to do. Let's get more on unavailable. Okay. This connection is one where the giving, which obviously balances here, is imbalanced. If you are giving and not receiving, you're out of alignment. If you are receiving and not giving, you're out of alignment. But sixes also tells us about recovery after. So maybe this person was helping you out financially because you were having a tough time, or maybe they wanted to help you out financially because you were having a tough time, or vice versa. Let the energy lie where it may. But in whatever happened in that connection, somebody received more than they gave and somebody gave more than they received. And that is always, 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 always a bad sign, because one person will feel resentful and taken advantage of, and the other person will be completely oblivious to what the problem is and just, but naturally some people are givers and some people are takers. It's just how life is. You have to decide which one you are and which part of yourself you need to rise or lower in order to be in balance. Okay. Can we get more on who this person is? Oh, a card fell out already. 2 cards fell out. Okay. This could be an air sign. It also could be an Aries. The Emperor's out here. It's a father figure, someone that Aries is not Aries. The Emperor is all of the best forms of the kings wrapped into one, right? So you have earth, fire. I was gonna do the Captain Planet. Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. And now everyone knows how old I am. And I like that for me. But the 2 of Blades with the Emperor tells us that this is someone that was, bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups. This is someone that wants to be, needs to be needed, right? They prefer to be needed. And maybe in this connection, they're the ones giving and maybe you don't even know that you're receiving, right? But they're undecided. They haven't. Did you ask to receive, collective? Did you ask for something? Because I'm getting the feeling that you didn't ask for anything, but this person, or maybe you decided to give. That person didn't ask and you decided to give, and now you feel taken advantage of. That's interesting. So it could be Aries. It could also be an air sign. Let's see what the Two of Swords is usually linked to Moon in Libra. So if the person has a Moon in Libra, or if you have a Moon in Libra, or if you have Libra in any of your big four, then this may resonate with you. This reading may resonate with you. But like, what was being given? And now I'm being called to shuffle. What was being given? I also want to know, like, if you're in community, if you're in a relationship with this person, or if this is, well, the Emperor is there, so it might be your husband, right? It could be a past life connection reformed in this world, and it's out of balance because one or both of you are unavailable to the other, and one is giving more than the other, one is receiving more than the other. So let's see. So I'm getting, okay, so this person was trying to help you follow your dreams, right? And you know, you probably had a lot of options in front of you, or they had a lot of options in front of them. Let it fit where it will. But I'm going to talk in the perspective of, I'm going to talk in the perspective of the person. The person was trying to help support your dreams, and maybe it required a lot of money. Maybe they had to sell a business, or maybe they had to, take out a second mortgage on their home. They had to do something that required a lump sum of money in order to help you. And you probably didn't even ask, right? Maybe you didn't ask, but this is just their nature, and they saw that you needed help and gave that help. But with the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom and the Queen of Blades, ooh, the Seven of Blades, yeah, there's definitely resentment there. It could have been something that they did a long time ago. They helped you a long time ago, and you didn't even recognize the help. Like you didn't see it. You didn't see their value. With this card, with the value card out, you didn't see their value. You didn't see their value. And this person is trying to show you that. But that's not how this works. And it could have been even like planned, right? Like they were like, oh, I really like so-and-so. I want to help them. And maybe that'll help me garner some favors. Now, that doesn't mean it was with ill intent, but they probably did it like most people do anything with selfish reasons on the back end, not negatively selfish reasons, right? Maybe this was in the, you guys' early stages of romance, like talking, getting to know each other within the first year of dating, like, and they did this thing for you and you didn't ask, so you never felt the need to even say thank you. You never felt the need to, I don't want to say return the favor, right? But be reciprocal. And maybe the relationship fell apart and that's why they feel this way. Or maybe, oh, the relationship didn't fall apart. They made themselves unavailable to you because they didn't feel reciprocated, because they felt taken advantage of, because that resentment built in them. They made themselves unavailable to you. But you still have options. You still have so many options. But let me grab another deck. Let me grab something else. Oh, okay, let's see. What more can we see about this connection? Because this one's a bit heavy. Is the collective the one out of balance? Is the collective the one out of balance? We're going to come back to the tarot in a moment, but... Okay, collective. Okay. Okay. Secret crush, change, which changes right on top of death. Magnetic attraction and new love. Bottom of the deck, third party under that single. So you are not in partnership with this person anymore, and that could be due to this imbalance and unavailability. But they still hold an attraction for you. They still would like for some kind of growth in the correct direction of being in a relationship with you. They still feel attracted to you. And remember I was talking about maybe this all happened in the beginning stages. Maybe they want to go back to that. Go back to when things were light and bright. If you are married, which I'm thinking you're married because the Emperor's here, and then oh, that wasn't the Ten of Cups, that was the Nine of Cups. But with the Emperor here, it could definitely be marriage. Let me just, oh. With the Emperor here, I lost my train of thought. Okay. With the Emperor here, it could definitely be someone that you're in a marriage with, or maybe you were even engaged at one point. But it seems like this connection needs a restart, a refresh. I don't see here that like it needs to be over. Let's ask. I'll pull one card for this. What's the next steps for this connection? Oh, no. Maybe that's the unavailability. This connection. Okay. So collective, I don't know if it's you that has the addiction. It's definitely feeling like that. And you maybe did take advantage of this person's kindness and compassion. And while they're still very much attracted to you, while they still very much want something from you in way of like real love, you can't give that to them. At least not now. At least not while you're struggling in addiction. And it might be drinking. It might be drinking. Toxic relationship is there again. I don't know, collective. This is not a let me get some more oracles. And addiction is at the bottom of the deck here too, collective. Oh, collective, if you're an addict and you're working on getting clean, this is definitely a time to, with change and death here, to focus on yourself. And don't restart cycles. Focus on yourself. Allow yourself the ability to move forward. Give yourself an opportunity to find a new love within yourself. Love yourself enough to battle this addiction and win, right? This is a heavy one. This might be really specific. I don't know. What else do you want to tell me? Yeah. So this was definitely something that has to do with money. Your possible drinking or whatever you may be addicted to drain the relationship. This person feels like they tried their best. Actually, let me not speak for them. I don't know that. Let me pull on that. The thought that I was having when this card jumped out was, how do they feel? Four of Wands. Sorry, 4 crystals, 10 of crystals. That's Wands, though. They would like to be in a happy relationship, but right now, the addiction is completely draining it's transformed the relationship into something not good. Not good for you, not good for them. And while there is still love the love is still there. It's going to be a hard hill to climb because addiction is that's like a very hard thing to beat. Like, it's very, very hard to work through that. And you have to be ready to put in that energy. You have to be ready for it. Oh, collective. This one was a little bit tougher than I thought. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. Okay, well, this is very good news. While it is going to be a hard battle, right? You may feel like you have the world on your shoulders and there's so much you have to do. This person is offering you a four of wands, a 4 crystals. They can help unburden you. You take these joyous 4 crystals and you subtract it from this 10, and now you only have to carry 6. So you can maybe let the person in a little bit, right? And maybe what they need to balance the scales is to understand you a bit more. Let them share in some of that, in some of what you're going through, so that you can move forward in the connection. And that is probably the way we're going to get to victory, because that's what the chariot is all about, right? Let's pull from Tales of the Love Heart of the Heart Oracle. Tales from the Heart Oracle. What do you have? What does this oracle want to offer the collective? Anything this oracle want to offer the collective? Oops. We got one jumper. Ooh. Collective. Okay. So there is deep, intense connection here. Deep, intense attraction. But collective, you're not giving anything. And this person wants to. Let me ask. Wait. Let me speak on this first. You can leave in any situation, in any condition. You can always walk away. Leaving, even if it means you're in a worse position than you are in now, you can still leave and be in that worse position and probably be better off. And maybe you're only going to be in worse position for a little bit of time, but you're always, always, always free to go. And with deadly words and cold as ice, I feel like there could be a lot of arguments in the connection, a lot of fighting. And then in order to satiate that fighting, in order to quell the fighting, you just stop talking to each other. You got a lot of silence, no emotion. And like I was saying earlier, you're not sharing anything. And this person still cares. They still want to build, but you're not really giving them much to work with. And that could be because of the addiction. But if that's the case, collective, you have to make a decision on what you want to do so you can cut this person loose. And while it may be a past life connection, all past life connections aren't necessarily good ones. A lot of them, you're meant to learn and walk away. Right? Is it you or is it them? Is it you or is it them? Collective, it's you. And the Wheel of Fortune again. I feel like that's in the same order it was in before, if I'm being honest, though. Let's get some advice, because this was a tough one, collective. I feel like, but again, it's just a matter of time. You know, the wheel will turn in your favor. So if you choose to leave the connection, you'll probably struggle for a little bit, but then you're gonna come out on the other side okay, and that'll be the same for them. They'll struggle a little bit, but then they're gonna come out on the other side okay. And the Queen of Blades is interesting because while they do call her the Ice Queen, she's very smart. Very balanced. She's right under the balance, right? She's gonna try to maintain peace. That may not be what comes. It may not be what comes, but you have to make a choice to do that. So you've got a couple paths in front of you, but the cards are saying that you might need to exit state left and cut this person loose, you know? Let's get some advice for the collective. This was an intense one. Card 1, you got a lot going on. The Moon. In this deck, this card is the Moon, but it's called Usupa Vision. Oh wow. Then we have Idajo Karma, which is Judgment. The sexual. This card coming out is so apt because again, there's a lot of sexual energy here. But it's like maybe that's what keeps you guys attached. Like the sex is incredible, but there's so many other problems in this relationship. Like I don't know if it's worth it for the sex to be that. Temperance again. Temperance here and temperance here. Ifarada healing. This is the temperance card. And you know the interesting about temperance? It asks us to be the conduit for balance because similar to the star, much like one foot in the water, one foot on earth, and then you have to create that balance. Let yourself be the conduit. But you have to choose that. And then you have to be patient and let it happen. You make the choice, you change your behaviors, and then you watch the things fall into place. Right? But with solo magic here, creation solo magic, this might be I want to read the 2 excerpts for this. What these cards ask you to do when they appear as your advice. Let me do that. So I'll hold it out so you can see. You can pause. But let me get down to the bottom. When Osupa appears in your spread, it is time to ask yourself, am I ignoring my shadow self? Am I having nightmares because of unresolved issues that I keep replaying? What did I say when this card came out? Where is the card that says cycles on it? One of these cards had the word cycles on it. Here it is. And I said, stop repeating old cycles, right? And then Idagio asks us, that's judgment. Here it goes. If this card appears, you pause so you can read the rest of it. If this card appears for you, it is time to ask yourself, am I bringing the past into this harvest? Meaning my crop isn't as good as it could be. Have I shut down my heart? Am I ready to recreate myself? Come on, guys. What did I say about the balance being created by you sharing more of yourself, by you being more loving? With the Queen of Blades out here, the love is there. It's not being utilized. It's not being utilized, okay? So, I mean, I feel like that's basically it. I don't think there's anything else I need to offer. Let me pull some of these and then we can wrap this up and we can move on to the next pile. So if you ask a question, if you're thinking of a question, which I feel like a lot of you were, your first question, the answer is no. Your second question, the answer is yes. If they weren't yes, no questions, then you have to use the rest of the reading to kind of find your answer. Then we have several numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, which adds up to 6, and then we have 7. So things are going in order, right? Then we have Y, I, W, Z, and H. I hope this reading was helpful for you, pile 1, card 1. And I hope things work out. I hope you really invest in yourself and try to heal as much as you can for yourself. And then if possible, if you choose to stay, which you don't have to, maybe the relationship can heal as well. Okay. Bye, collective. Good evening. Well, it's really night. Good night. Pile 2, card 2. If you chose Marie Laveau, good juju. This is your reading. So I want to start off by pulling some message oracle cards and just getting into that. I'll start with 3. Okay, and this is a timeless reading. It's your love life, whatever comes out. So there's no like specific interest. We're just looking to see who has what to say. Okay. Now, why is this same card came out on the other pile? Obstacles, balance. This card came out too. I'm not accepting these two. And you know what I was saying? In the beginning of this reading, I said, and I'll say it now, this card, because this was card 1, it was 27, and this card is 7. I was thinking, I wonder, it feels like pile 2 will be a lesser version of pile 1, a less matured version of pile 1. That was my automatic thought. But let's see if we can get anything else out. I'm going to clarify these two. Fate and longing. Okay. And the bottom is unplug. So if you're not in a connection, I was going to say if you're in a connection, but you're not. With longing here and fate, there's like clear obstacles in front of you guys. And it could be a little bit more than just, wait. The light's not on. Let me pop that on. Oh, I don't even know how to. There we go. So it's on now. Okay. So there's clear obstacles in front of you guys, and it could be your emotional state. I'm a person that I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly trying to change and grow and be the best version of myself. So when I see things like this, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement, I'll always think, I'm so sorry, that was a big yawn, and I will not be cutting that out. I always think these obstacles is your shadow self needing to be faced, which is another theme that came out in the other reading. So unavailable and fate. This is a fated connection, but it's not, we're not on the same wavelength, right? Like they're probably up there, you're up here, they're down here, right? Not down, but they're here. And then we have balance and longing. So you might not even know this person yet. They might be observing you and you're completely unawares. Let's get some more on fate and longing. Let me heavy. I don't think I'm the best shuffler because sometimes the same exact cards come out and I'm wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? Why is the shuffle? See what I'm saying? The High Priestess came out in the last reading too, and now it's showing its face here. I'm thinking the shuffling problem is me. I'm just not a good shuffler. So let me, and I like to do this cuts in front of you guys so that you can infuse what you need to in the reading. So let's get some on fate and unavailable. Okay. So there's an offer coming, bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. So definitely a connection. You might actually already be in connection with that person. I don't think so, though. I don't get the feeling you're together. Now, this is interesting because look at how she's angled looking at him and he's making an offer towards someone else. Now, if this is you, collective, with the Five of Blades, the Five of Blades talks about, like, I like to call it self-betrayal. Maybe you feel like you need to give up a part of yourself in order to make this connection work. Could be a younger water sign person. A younger water sign person that's, trying to make this connection to you. I don't know, collective. I don't know how serious this is for you. Let's get more on longing. The Death card. This is another card that came out in the last reading. Three of Crystals. Obstacles. Oh, maybe you guys are really far apart. Maybe this person lives far away from you. And so, or you may be energetically far apart. And with obstacles being unhealed wounds and death being under balance and longing, that might be it. Maybe you are waiting to get your shit together before going towards this person, or vice versa. But even that's not quite right. Let me shuffle. What's really going on in this connection? Oh my gosh. Somebody tried to poke their face out. See, with good juju, I don't want to say that yet. I don't want to. Let me see if I have anything to support that, because I got a little inkling. And I don't want to. Let me see. Ten of Blades. Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Page of Crystals. This person has a victim mindset. Or it's you, collective, with the victim mindset. And there's a small offer of love, but it requires, in order for you to even see the offer coming in, it requires something about you to shift. Your perspective has to shift just enough to see what really this offer is about. Right now, I don't think you can see. And maybe this person feels like you're fated, but it's possible that you're not. See, with this card and the Three of Crystals, there's crystals is about expansion. The Two of Crystals is planning. The Three of Crystals is setting that plan to action. Like the beginning, like revving up to go. Like, it could even be like going on a journey far, far away, But let's get some more on this connection and what is going on here. Who is this person? We have another water sign coming up. This is a fire sign, but these are all younger people. I want to know who you are here, but you haven't shown yourself, it appears. You haven't shown yourself yet, collective. Ooh. I don't know what just almost came out. I think I got a glimpse of that card, but I was told to reshuffle, so. Let me reshuffle. It could be someone you met on social media. Soulmate is here, which goes with fated. Finances, another card that came out in the last reading. And between the lines. Now, notice how finances came out on the offers. Truth. Maybe this person, or you, collective, is trying to use their money to kind of move the needle in their favor, so to speak. Now, I know this says spying. Yeah, collective, they might be studying you, or you're studying them in order to figure out your way in order to have the best position when you make your offer. And what's under truth? Change, which is another card that came out, and friends. Okay, this might be a friendship that they're really watching you because they want it to develop into something more. Are you even aware of this person, collective? Oh. This card came out, these two came out together in another reading. I'm going to just take a peek. Big yikes. Okay. This is someone somebody's trying to spin the block. But it doesn't appear that they've done the work in order to come back in. So they're trying to figure out a different way. They're trying to ease in with some other kind of way to get into your good graces. But they're not being the most forthcoming about it. You see, with judgment here, judgment is karma, right? But it also talks about taking, having agency in your own life and making moves for different things. I also think judgment is Pluto. Let me check. Yes, judgment is Pluto in Libra, which Pluto is obviously Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and then Libra, who is ruled by Venus, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a very tricky energy, right? Because it requires a certain level of balance and calm within you in order to be able to make that agency. It requires a certain level of self-belief in order for you to make decisions that's in your best self-interest without harming others. And with that Four of Cups, it's very much giving FOMO. It's very much giving, I need to take a break, but not until I can see the way, right? Like, I want to know what everybody else is up to because it might help me on my journey. But everybody's journey is so individual, you don't really need to partake in everything. I want to know more about this person if I can. Can I get more on whoever is in this connection? Whoa, this is pissing me off because this card came out in the last reading too. I'm saying this is a smaller version of pile 2. So this is pile 1. So the pile 2 is what happened, is the beginning of the relationship. And pile 1 is if you've stayed and it advanced. Go back and watch pile 1. If you didn't watch pile 1, watch pile 1. This is piss. I shouldn't say hate. It displeases me when this happens, when the energy flows into the other pile, because I feel like, well, maybe this is the complete story. Maybe this is the start and what happens in pile 1 is the end, and maybe you need to see that. So let me take that back. Nothing displeases me. I go with the flow of the reading. Let's see what's coming out here. Wrong turn. The Tower. Magical moments. Ancestors. Okay. Early on in this connection, you are being warned that you're better off single. Magical moments is about singlehood. In this deck. Where is it? Let me read it to you. Here it is. Enjoying the single life, traveling, celebrations, events, dating, and or enjoying one's own company. This is a situation that maybe you guys had one connection together and the offer was made. You changed your mind. The offer was made, you declined. You changed your mind, you guys had an intimate session. That blew up very, very quickly. What happened? What happened here? They said, pick that card right up. Whoa, that was funny. They said, pick that card up. Okay. That was funny. There was some chattering. There was some talking. There was some yapping. You or that person stood their ground. They held to their standards. Whatever that's... Now, with the King of Pentacles has high standards. Very high standards. You got to come correct with the King of Pentacles. Okay? You're both looking in that direction. But only one of you You're both going forward, but in different directions. That's what this was. After the intimate connection, you both are going forward, but in different directions. The King of Pentacles probably already has everything set up for them in their life. And you being single may have just been, I'm hearing distraction. See, you're looking more forward this way. And he's looking that way. You're looking up. He's looking straight. He might be going after whoever left. And maybe this is you. Maybe he's going after the past version of you. The version of you that he caused. The version of you that he caused to transform. Because the death card is here. And he's longing for that old version of you. But you're so far grown from that. That's not you anymore. And maybe he can't see that. He's still in his old ways. Still unavailable. Right? And you've made different decisions for yourself. And so you're not in that energy anymore. I'm trying to stick to the same format I used at the other reading, but I don't think I can. I'm going to get 2 on this. Give us something on the King of Pentacles. What's going on here? Trust your intuition. See what I said? See what I said? If a King of Pentacles comes towards you, that's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and they're telling you, hey, I want to make you this offer, da, da. Don't get caught up in that, because you're going to end up like pile 1. This is a strictly sexual connection. And it seems as if you've had sex already, it didn't work out anyways. You don't need to revisit that. You don't need to. And maybe that's why Free to Go is here. And on the bottom of the deck with intuition and ancestors, what's under that? Sailing ship. Another symbol of onward, forward movement away. I don't know, collective. I don't know. Let's see what let's see what the advice is. A card has already fallen. Celebration. That's another celebration card. We got the 4 of Wands on the deck as well. And celebration came out. Oops. Equal. Transformation. You want to guess what this card is? Death. This is death again in another deck. And celebration came out the same part. That's crazy. Glamour energy. Alchemy choices. The Tower again. Gogoro, ego death. In this deck, this card is the Tower. Let's just peek underneath. Let's see what's underneath. Let's take a little look-see. Justice. The choice is always up to you, collective. You always get to choose. You are the arbiter and the expert in your life. But your unhealed wounds may lead you to make bad decisions. Unlike the other pile where you had a couple of paths to take, this one is kind of like clear. Like you're going to go down a unhealthy path if you proceed with this. Now, we don't have the same cards as that one. Like, I think that one had toxic relationship out, addiction. Addiction came out, I think, 3 times or something like that. Crazy. Let's see what this glamour and choices is about. Let's get perspective, self-sacrifice, choices, loving thyself. The King of Cups is like compassionate, balanced love. Like loving of self, loving of things, loving of people, loving of opportunities, loving of experiences, but in a very balanced way. So so this is a fated partnership. You're meant to interact with each other, but you're not meant to stay together. You're meant to interact and then go your separate ways. And you're both going on different paths. This King of Pentacles or King of Cups may be following their base desires, right? Because there's a lot of like longing is here. But, and maybe I shouldn't say base desires, following what they think will make them happy. But you don't have to follow that too. This card is about self-care, this glamour card. And alchemy is about using the energies around you to help make your decisions better. You can alchemize, and whatever's in front of you, you can take that energy and go, okay, well, I can transform this into something that would better me. Even if someone's unkind to you, you can take that negative energy and help it to build you up. This was a deep one. That was supposed to be your advice, by the way. There's celebration and freedom. Let me grab this. Wounded healer. This is like an empath card. I'm not going to read this whole card because I kind of feel like you don't need to hear anything else. Sekhmet, wounded healer. Am I saying that right? No, that's Sekhmet. I only speak one language, it's English, and I barely speak that, so I'm going to mispronounce a bunch of stuff. Damn, let me get some advice from tarot. This is a tough one, collective. Why isn't the energy light, bubbly, and fun? Oh, what does a collective need to do? What does a collective need to do? What is being asked of the collective? What was I... 3 major arcana. What was I saying about base desires? The devil is temptation. The devil is... Remember I said the addiction card didn't come out? Here it goes in its highest form. The devil. And then we have the Hierophant, which is rules, conformity. The Hierophant is institutions, marriage. So maybe you're being asked to pursue higher education, expand your mind so that you can heal those things, right? And mind expansion is not just education. It's learning in all different facets of life. Learning through experiences, learning through like things like self-help books. I'm not a fan of those, but you can pick through this trash and still find gold, right? You can still find valuable things in garbage. So, and people constantly put things in garbage that have a ton of value and aren't disposable. So, and then the devil is here. The devil is temptation, addictions, our base urges, our ego. And then we have ego death here. So maybe that tower comes to shatter this devil, right? To crush it. But you have to be willing to see that it's being crushed. You have to see that. And the Hangman talks about self-sacrifice. What part of yourself do you need to let go of in order to be free of this connection? Maybe that's a question you need to be asking yourself. I'm going to read from this one and Ego Go. So this little book, where's my book? Here it is. I'm going to read these two. Let me bring this one down here so you can see it. That's crazy. So Iku's here. Okay. If you accept Iku when she appears in a spread, you are fully free to release something and step into the new light. It is okay to mourn and grieve the things of the past, but you must create your future when Iku arrives and says it is time to move on. If Iku shows up for you, it is time to consider, do I run programs of the past more than those of the future? Do I know how to embrace the unknown? That's heavy. And it's asking you to face a part of yourself you may not be ready to face. And that's okay if you're not ready to face it. But just know that if you're not ready to face it and make those changes on your own, the great architect would do that for you. The universe will force those changes on you. So let's read Gogoro. Now, again, you can pause this and read the whole thing. Let me read the bottom part. When we get lost in the material, the devil also speaks of the material world. When we get lost in the material and become stuck, and then life gives us an experience for freedom. When Gogoro arrives, it is time to relinquish old habits and thoughts and programs that keep you a prisoner in your ivory tower. View something from a different perspective, the Hanged Man. And allow for the full transmutation. If Gogoro appears in a spread for you, it is time to consider the following. Am I ready to have the plans turned upside down without warning? If you don't make the change, the universe, the universe, remember what I was saying about barely speaking English? The universe will grab you by your 4 edges, the 4 strands of hair you have around your temple, and it will drag you. Make the change for yourself. Part 2. And this is, again, if you don't, this relationship, this connection will advance to what Pile 1 is dealing with. And go watch Pile 1, because that one ain't pretty either. Every time I do a love reading, I want a little fun. Here it go. Well, you've got to transform and become a better version of yourself. God damn it. But this is for who needs to hear it. That's why I'm making this one a timeless reading. We got a lot of chunky monkeys out. If you ask a question, the answer is not yet. Letters are J, N, U, O. Oh, we also have yes here. Not yes and yes and yet. T, V. Then we have 0 and 3. I hope this was useful to you. I hope this was beneficial. Thank you for spending your time with Fire Moon Tarot. And I hope you make the best decision you can with the information you have available to you. And if it doesn't work out, I hope that you have enough resilience to shift and adapt. Ooh, that's going to be my outro. Yeah, I'm building this channel from scratch, and I've recorded about 5 videos so far, and I'm just going to keep recording until I actually make the channel. And then I'll just drop like 30 videos all at once. I'm saying that as though this phone has any space for any of that. Wish me luck, collective. Again, lovely spending some time with you. Bye-bye.